Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have not made a video in such a long time that I thought that I'd come back on my channel talking all about my weight loss, because so many people that know me on my social networking such as Instagram and Facebook have been asking me what I've been doing. So I thought that on a platform like this I would explain exactly what I had done and exactly how I've lost the weight and what I've done to keep the weight off. I have chosen, as you can see by the title down below, I have had the gastric sleeve surgery. Yeah, I get it, it's a weight loss surgery, but this is what worked for me, and in that same sentence, in no way, shape, or form, I'm just going off of my own experience, so I may have some information wrong, things like that, so please don't hold anything against me, continue to do your research and so forth. But many of the people that I know, have been asking what I have been doing, because I've been, going through a lot of changes, and they've been asking what I've been doing, a lot of weight loss stuff, and I thought there's no better platform to talk about what I did other than YouTube, so I chose to choose this platform to explain everything that I've been doing, what I've went through, what I did, so forth, blah, yada, 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 on my YouTube channel. So, as you can tell by the title, once again, I had the gastric sleeve surgery, and sorry if I keep looking down, I have some notes here on things that I want to touch on. To begin, start with my starting weight and current weight. I'm really not insecure. I'm obviously making this video, but this is the first time telling anyone, that other than my close family and, my significant other, what my highest weight was and what I am currently at now. I've kind of tried to avoid that whole fact. But my highest weight was 225 pounds. Many of you may find that hard to believe that I know personally, because you didn't really see me. You only, I took those Instagram angle pictures, so you couldn't really see anything below. But now I've gotten into the body pics, and you're like, oh, what have you been doing? So yes, my highest weight was 225 pounds. I am currently 148 pounds. I'm 8 months out of surgery. I had surgery on October 6th, 2014. That's what I had done. I chose the gastric sleeve surgery. What the gastric sleeve surgery is they literally remove a part of your stomach. So your stomach looks like a sleeve or a banana, sleeve, banana, that type of angle. That's about how big it is, the size of a banana. You can fit about 4 ounces of food for each meal in your stomach. So it's a really small portion. So obviously, going from eating a full plate of food like this to eating about food like this, you obviously lose weight in that sense. Although it is only a tool, you can, your stomach can easily stretch back with having still the bad eating habits, constantly overeating and pushing your stomach. It's obviously going to expand again. So, I mean, it's totally up to you to keep that, good faith in eating, the 4 ounces that you're able to eat. So in that same sentence, people may think that I've, taken the easy way and my weight loss wasn't on me, and, you could have did it a million different ways, especially in the eyes of those people that have, were probably at 225 pounds and, now they're fit and muscular and everything. But that's just not what was going to work for me. And no, this isn't a fast fix. It's taken me 8 months just to lose 75 pounds, and that's something that somebody working out could do even sooner. But this is the route that I chose. Judge me for it, choose whatever, everyone has the right to their own opinion. But just know, I'm confident in the fact that this is what worked for me and what I chose to do. But moving on, you can, like I said, you only can intake about 4 ounces of food. You also cannot eat and drink at the same time. You gotta drink 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after, simply because since you are taking in such a small amount of food, you have to make sure you get in the protein. You get in the foods and you get in the nutrients, because if you drink with your meal, you're taking in half liquid and less than 4 ounces of food. So that's not good. That part was a little hard to balance, especially when, sorry if I keep messing with my hair. That part was a little hard to balance simply because you're so used to eating and drinking with your meals, and something gets a little clogged in there, you just want to take a sip, but you can't. Over time, I don't want to say you can't actually, because over time you'll get comfortable where what you can do and how long you're going to be eating for. Of course you have to take your time, eat slower, because you can't just take a big old bite of something and then just expect it to go right down. Your stomach is a lot smaller. You need to be more careful. And as time goes on, you start to realize that you no longer enjoy certain foods. Like for me, I no longer can eat watermelon, avocado. I don't like Chipotle anymore, sadly. Tomatoes, mixing like fruits and veggies, or like mixing something sweet and something salty. Like my stomach is very sensitive to that now. There's things that I don't prefer and I won't eat, simply because my stomach doesn't like them. That doesn't make me sad. Like that isn't like a downfall in the surgery. I mean, you just adjust. You also can't have any carbonated drinks, beers, sodas, things like that. I keep saying can't, in moderation, because just like anything, excessive carbonation, excessive food eating, it's going to stretch your stomach out once again. So that's where it comes into play, where it's only a tool and not a one-stop shop, fix-it-all weight loss surgery, because it's going to take me and what I'm putting into my body to make this work. So for me to say it's a weight loss surgery, it is, but it's up to me 50% to maintain what I'm eating and putting into my body and how I'm keeping up with my sleep. So for all those of you that are going to have your negative comments, and going forward after seeing this video are going to be like, yeah, you look great, but you didn't do it on your own, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead. You do that. You say, though, you feel that way, but you don't know. Everyone has their own choice, and again, this is what I chose to do. So for all of you that have those negative comments, that's fine. You're entitled, but this is what worked best for me. I'm just gonna put that out there, plain and simple. So why I did it, food was a big portion of my life. Food was like what I turned to for everything: sadness, boredom, just because was bored, wasn't doing anything. It was like food, bored, food, sad, food, 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 food. So it was becoming a problem. And reaching 225 pounds when I had not been over 175 was really scary to me. Keep in mind, there was a bunch of other factors between graduating and, getting at where I'm at in life, gaining that, 10 to 15 pounds after graduation, completely normal. But then I got into a relationship. I got kind of antisocial. I wasn't really going out being social anymore. I was just kind of like staying in the house. And of course, staying in the house leads to watching TV, getting bored, eating, adding, weight loss comes shortly after. Weight gain, correction. So I did gain, a good group of pounds there, reaching 225 pounds, obviously. So I had some family relatives that got this done, seen their results, and I decided that what was gonna work best for me. The start of the process was you go into a seminar. They talk to you about 3 different surgeries, one being the lap band, one being gastric sleeve, and one being gastric bypass. I'm not going to explain the differences because I didn't have the other one, so I don't really want to go into all that. They simply just explained what would be best for you, in under certain circumstances. I chose gastric sleeve, obviously. Had my procedure done October 6th. Shortly after that, you stayed in the hospital overnight. I went home after that. I was at home for a week in recovery. The first 2 weeks, nothing but liquids. So like many of you seen like the Isopure and like all the liquids and stuff I was posting on my Instagram. That is why I had to get my protein in, and that was the highest form of protein for me, and also liquid. Your stomach is healing during that time, so you can't really intake anything hard like potatoes or like cottage cheese and stuff like that just yet. So it's like all foods that can fit through a strainer. So like liquid soups with no chunky meats or anything, and only liquids. So after the first 2 weeks, you start getting into soft foods. Soft foods are yogurts, your blended soups, things like that. Anything soft for I'd say about another 2 weeks. About 30 to 40 days after, that's when you can start having like solid food, like hot dogs, the cottage cheeses, things like that. Things that are still soft, but things that are a little bit more substantial that you're actually going to enjoy. After that 40 days, you can have whatever you want. Your stomach isn't completely healed. I heard or remember hearing that it takes about 6 months to heal in total. So I'm well over that. So I think my stomach's all good to go now. I'm not going to go have, you know, a bunch of food and try to test it. But after 6 months, they say your stomach is healed, that I remember hearing. It was very hard in the beginning to do the liquids, because I've realized now that the reason for eating is simply in your brain and not because your stomach is growling. It's simply because your brain, if you're so used to eating for any reason, your brain is just like, okay, food. You want food. You want food. This smells good. You want it. You don't necessarily, but your brain feels that way, and it's seen that food for so long, on that large amount of food for so long. It's just like, oh my God, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. But you're not really hungry. And with that being said, I no longer get hunger pains. When I'm hungry, I'm weak. I know I need nourishment, but I don't get like growly stomach hungry. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. Like, my stomach isn't like, I'm so hungry. It's just like, man, I feel weak. You know, I either need something to drink or I need some kind of nourishment. So that's usually the time that I eat. It's been a blessing and a curse. Again, there's foods that you don't like, and it's a blessing because I'm getting the weight off, and I am very, very, very happy with that. I don't know if anyone knows how insecure I was, but with the weight coming off, I feel like I'm potentially becoming the person that I've always wanted to be. I'm a lot more social. Just everything. I mean, I do a lot more. The clothes I'm wearing are different. The way I feel about myself is different, and that comes with all weight loss, all forms of, you know, getting weight loss. You know, whether you worked out, whether you had the gastric sleeve, whether you want to have the gastric sleeve, whether you walked with your dog. I mean, that confidence comes in any form of weight loss. But for me, choosing this path and, you know, being at the current weight I'm at of 148 pounds, a weight that I have never been in, at an age where it mattered, it blows my mind. And I'm so grateful that, you know, I chose this path, and it's what worked for me, and it's what's gotten me out of like a rut in my life. I feel so much better about life, and I feel like I don't know. I'm just like, I can't think of the words, but I just know that I feel a lot better about myself, and I know without this surgery I wouldn't feel how I do. So for all of you that are gonna be like, oh, that's what you did, blah blah blah, again, it is totally fine for you to feel that way, but until you know what I went through, which no one will really ever understand, because there's not really a way I can explain it or without it seeming like an excuse, because I'm 23 and I could totally get off my butt and go run every day, but I needed a little bit of help, because at the end of the day, food was still going to be a big problem in my life, and it's taking a lot for me to even think about sitting down to make this video, to even share what I did, because I can still go on and you know, tell people, you know, that, you know, I talked to in conversation and tell them what I had done, but I'm not going to sit there and put it all over my social networking, because I didn't feel confident in that fact. But for people that have asked what I've done in conversations that I've had, you know, I've gladly told them what it was. You know, some really don't know. That's why, of course, I took to this platform to explain what it was. But I just want people, because when I was looking on YouTube, I didn't see anyone that was my age that wanted to have it done. I'm sure there is now. I mean, there's commercials every friggin' other minute on the radio about it, but I wanted to make this video for someone that's researching gastric sleeve and trying to do the research and seeing someone their age have done it, because it was a lot of older people that had it done, a lot of people with, you know, more serious health issues. I was really close to having those health issues, but this kind of nipped it in the bud for me. That's also what's beneficial about this surgery. It does help reverse and stop, you know, the diabetes and the other things like that. Like, I know a lot of people that have had this done have gotten off of all their medications, you know, and that comes with weight loss in any form. Once again, gastric sleeve isn't the end all be all. there's different routes that you can take, but if this is going to work, what's going to work best for you? And, you know, that's one of the things that this helps. If you have those health issues, getting off of your medication. I'm sorry I keep saying, I probably sound really annoying and like really bad, but I'm not the greatest at making YouTube videos. I just wanted to make this one. But, I would just like to thank everybody for all of your words of encouragement. I'm a whole new person, I feel like, on the inside. I was a really sad person before, and weight does that to you, but I was really sad, and, you know, I took my anger out on others. If you know me personally, or even in that way, or know me at all, you may see the change, you may not, because you never, you know, seen that negative side of me. But I can honestly say that me choosing this route, I feel a lot better, I look a lot better, I'm healthier, you know, I enjoy things more, I want to get out more, I don't want to just sit in the house. But this is what worked for me, and I hope that some way I've touched on some of the things that, you know, you're clicking on this video to find out about. I am kind of all over the place, but just know that if you are looking to do this surgery, please do your research. I fortunately was lucky enough to know a couple family members that had it done, you know, and I kind of learned off of them, you know, kind of seen what they went through and decided that, you know, I was willing to go through it too. But I did do a lot of research as far as YouTube and everything, prepping myself before surgery, because this was my first major surgery ever, being put down under anesthesia and everything. So I did kind of want to see someone my age kind of go through it, to see, you know, how they were able to continue to go through it. So I felt like I should make this video, being, you know, a little bit younger than most of the people that have it done, for someone to click on and say, hey, she's 23, how did it work for her? You know, I'd like to know. So again, my starting weight was 225 pounds on October 6, 2014. My current weight today is 148 pounds. I am happily 76 pounds lighter thanks to gastric sleeve and making this choice. So if you know me personally and after this video you still have questions, feel free to reach out on my social media and, you know, ask me those questions. Please know that this was very hard for me to make. So for the people that I do know that are watching this, please know that when you asked me what I was doing, I wasn't ignoring you. I was just waiting for a proper platform to let everyone know what I did. So it wasn't like, yeah, I had the gastric sleeve and then there's a million questions on my social media and so forth. And for you negative naysayers and all that, if you feel that I could have gotten on the treadmill, I totally could have, and I can still. It's still going to take me, you know, toning up and everything. I'm a lot smaller, yes, but I still have to do my part to maintain the weight and everything. This tool is only 50% helping me as far as eating consumption, but I still need to do the working out and burning the calories and eating the right foods to keep it off and keep me healthy. So before you point fingers and, you know, give those negative comments, please sit back, do your research, and, you know, be a little bit more open-minded that not everyone is going to choose the same path in life, and this is what I chose to do for me to help my, you know, health and my weight loss and get me to be as happy as I am now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I was helpful. Like I said, I'm kind of all over the place, but I thought I'd come back on my YouTube and make this video for you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the down bar below, or go to my social media networks, Instagram at Shantania with an extra A, or on my Facebook, Shantania Willis. You can totally copy and paste my name off of my YouTube and go into Facebook. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I am now officially stating what I had done, so everyone kind of knows. So if you have any questions about gastric sleeve, feel free to do your own research. But again, I just wanted to make a video for those people out there that are looking about having it done, but they want to find someone their age that had it done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it kind of helps everyone understand what I did. I thank you in advance for those that are going to be supportive. And to those of you that are not, thank you for watching. Bye.